Hi, and welcome to Fantasy Booms and Busts Week 6. My name's CJ Gulino.
And I'm Sam Bloomquist. What do you got for us this week, CJ?
This week, Sam, I really like Big Ben. He's facing the 31st best defense, and he's coming off two very dominant performances. He's finding the end zone, not throwing interceptions, reaching about 270 yards through the air every week. He could be a great bye-week quarterback.
I agree with you, CJ. Big Ben has definitely been on a hot streak lately, and Cleveland's defense isn't the best. Somebody you're going to want to sit this week is the New York Jets defense as they play Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos will be throwing the ball all over the Jets, and though it may be tempting to start the Jets defense because Denver doesn't have the best run game with Monty Ball going down and Ronnie Hillman stepping up, but Peyton Manning has way too many receivers for the Jets defense to cover, and I just can't see them having a favorable matchup this week, CJ.
I completely agree with that pick, Sam. Someone who I really don't like in that matchup is Ronnie Hillman. People are very eager to pick up Hillman with ball going down, and I could see why. Hillman is most likely going to get the most first-team carries. But with the Jets' stellar run defense, pretty much the only thing they could do well, I just don't see Hillman putting up big numbers, and I would not put him in my lineup this week.
Somebody you should put in your lineup this week is the New York Giants receivers as they play the Philadelphia Eagles. Atlanta put a lot of emphasis on shutting down Larry Donnell, the tight end, which really opened up all the other receivers in New York, including Victor Cruz, Ruben Randle, and recently healthy Odell Beckham Jr., who had a great game last week, and he should continue to have a great game against a Philadelphia secondary.
I completely agree. Odell Beckham's a great talent, and he's really coming into his rookie season very well and very nicely for those fantasy owners. Someone who I really like is Kendall Wright. He's facing the Jaguars, and everybody knows the Jaguars pretty much aren't doing anything right on the football field this year. He's averaging about 5 targets a game, bringing down almost all of them with 50 yards as well receiving. And the Jags secondary is completely mediocre, banged up. I'm not even sure they have at this point. I think that's a big reason to put Kendall Wright in your lineup.
You see, I'm not sure I can agree with you on this one, CJ, because Kendall Wright has a terrible quarterback situation going for him, along with Justin Hunter and Nate Washington in Tennessee. Delaney Walker, the tight end, has been the most efficient on the football field so far with 26 receptions for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns. But I just can't see any Tennessee Titan having consistent week after week good weeks for the Jake Locker being under center. And even if Jake Locker goes down, they got Charlie Whitehurst. Neither of them is a very consistent quarterback, and it just really is a hard decision for me to start any Tennessee wide receiver.
Thing that I really like Kendall Wright because Jake Locker might not be playing. If Jake Locker plays, he's very favorable to throw to Delaney Walker. That's been his go-to receiver thus far this year. Charlie Whitehurst, on the other hand, is more favorable to throw to someone on the outside like Kendall Wright. But I see where you're saying the Titans aren't a great offense, but for me, I would definitely think about starting Kendall Wright this week.
That does it for Fantasy Football Booms and Busts.
We'll see you next week.